Harrison Clements, for those just joining us on YouTube once again. Rampersad into the Voodoo zone. Throws the puck out front. That's knocked away from Flageau's net. Now Como takes another shot. We'll talk about our players to watch at the first break here. And now Leotino, as Rampersad takes a big hit from O'Brien. Leotino off for the races. Takes a shot. And that one's turned away by Dinsdale. 4 goals here in this game, all attributed to Powassan. Connor O'Brien, Chase Strinchaluk, Thomas Gazic, and Caden Long. Shot kicked away by Flageau. As we get back underway here, Thornley Hall takes a shot. Another chance turned aside by Flageau. Second chance again. Hit the side of the net, and it was turned away by Flageau. So we'll get a stoppage here, and a perfect time to talk about our players to watch here on the front line. Well, our players to watch is brought to you by Mike, the financial advisor. Go check him out on all of his social media. So our players to watch for the Hearst Lumberjacks, Matthew Como has yet to put up anything on the points or scoreboard, Harrison, as neither has Hearst, and we'll get to our Voodoos player to watch at the next stoppage as well, number 16 in green. Hearst with possession in their own zone. Throws the puck down the ice. That's a good chance there for Hearst, but a good defensive play by the Voodoos thwarts that attempt. Thompson. And it's chipped up and out of the zone for Schillinglaw. Now Thornley Hall with it. He trips and is knocked to the ice. Strinchaluk tries to move the puck forward into Hearst territory, but instead it's back to the Voodoo zone. Knocked out of the Voodoo zone by Shields. Thompson stops up, gets hit. Puck is knocked off his stick, and now Strinchaluk in. Moves around one guy, tries to get a shot away, and that was nearly kicked in by Thompson, who was standing in the slot as Strinchaluk knocked the puck in on him. And that's going to be for an icing call. So our player to watch for the Voodoos, number 16 in green, Caden Long, has shown up on the score sheet.
Absolutely, doing it all himself down in the Hearst zone, strips a defender and just gets the 3rd goal of the game, I believe.
He got the 4th goal of the game.
That was the 4th.
I know, there's been a lot of goals, so it's been kind of confusing here and there.
Hard to keep track.
It has been. Voodoo's playing excellent this game, although Hearst has done a good job to come out in the last 20 so minutes, almost 25 now, as McMillan skates the puck in, takes a shot. Dinsdale saves that one in the chest. Although Hearst, as I was going to say, has done a good job in the last 25 minutes or so in evening up this game, at least in the play, but not on the score sheet.
They've been recovering greatly in their offensive pressure. They've been getting a lot more shots on goal and even overtook the Voodoos at one point late in the second.
Shots on goal, 28-27 in favor of the Voodoos. And just an update on our out-of-town scoreboard. The Blind River Beavers fighting for their playoff lives as they're down 3-0. A quick shot out of play by Hearst. Blind River's currently up 2-1 with in the 3rd period now in that game. Again, fighting for their playoff lives as they're looking to avoid the sweep over the Thunderbirds. You know, no team wants to go 4-0 in the playoffs. As our goal scorers are Michael Gallagher, Darren Kapp, and Evan Fricaro. Fricaro and Gallagher for the Beavers, I should say. Kapp for the Thunderbirds. And you know the Thunderbirds are going to be motivated to finish that series as quickly as they can on home ice. As the puck sent down the ice, that'll go for icing. And if I'm not mistaken, as Long goes hard in on the net, I was the only one in our NOJHL roundtable to pick the Sioux Thunderbirds winning that series. So, although I said that they would win, not in 4, I said they would win in like 6, I think is what I said. Ben Long said Blind River in 7. Derek Linneman said Blind River in 6.
Yes, I do believe that is right.
Not that I'm trying to hold that over anybody.
I can still be right.
You could still be right, yes. Improbable, but you could still be right. A little bit of an interesting thing in the other Eastern Division series as Palfy with the puck takes a shot. That's stopped by Lemke. Palfy battling for the puck, tries to throw it out front. Pichette, now another chance, and they find the back of the net. And that gives Hearst some life here in the third period, as they were able to just get out front of Flageau and roof that one over top of the netminder for Powassan. That's number 21 in your programs. With the goal there for Hearst.
With Hearst throwing so much mud at the
Morton,
wall.
rather, I should say. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all good. With Hearst throwing so much mud at the wall, something was bound to stick. And on their 28th shot of the game, tying shots on goal, they finally got their first on the board.
That's going to be Andrew Morton's second of the series. Hearst still has a 3-goal deficit here with just over 15 minutes left. As a Leaf fan, we know anything's possible. 4-1 is always a scary score if you're a Leafs fan. O'Brien in his own zone. Flips the puck out. Alex Little now through the neutral zone over to Smetham. Smetham tries to take a shot, but that one's blocked by Hearst. Back to Patrick. Patrick goes cross ice. And that one's picked up by Palfy, but kept in by the Voodoos. Patrick deep in the zone, flips it behind the net. Now Palfy has it. Tries to flip it out of his zone. Sent in on Dinsdale, turned aside by the netminder. O'Brien knocked down in front of the netminder by Palfy. Fans looking for some kind of call. Nothing's coming. Rampersad flips the puck into the Voodoos zone, knocked aside by Liatino, but not out. Shields finally does get it out of the zone, and Harley goes after it. Back down in Hearst zone. Right down to the Voodoo zone, and that's going to go for icing. As I was going to say before the Hearst goal, bit of an interesting thing where I kind of mentioned also on that podcast that I think that if this team won a single game in their series, they would probably act like it was like winning the lottery, and that was French River. I don't think anyone thought they were going to beat Timmins in one game in a 7-game series, but they did. They won game 3, but they find themselves down 3-1, I believe, now in the series. But yeah,
you get one, you can get more. So
72-point difference between those two teams in the standings this year, and French River got one. I think that's remarkable.
Moral victory, at least.
As Thanos said after he got kicked in the face by Iron Man in Infinity War, all that for a drop of blood. Well, it proves that gods can bleed, does it not? Fullerton up the ice, tries to get it to Thompson. It pops out of the zone briefly. And now the Voodoos in the neutral zone try to get it down to the Hearst zone. Cross ice there, that's Strinchuluk. Strinchuluk into the zone, leaves it for Thompson. Thompson gives it back to Strinchuluk, who's now in a scrum along the far side half wall. And it comes out of the Hearst zone, but not further than their bench, as Thompson stops the puck up and gives it to Service. Service battling his way back into Hearst zone, gets it to Strinchuluk. Strinchuluk, cross ice, there it is! Alex Little reestablishes the 4-goal lead. It's a 5-1 game on Little's third of the playoffs.
And a little goes a long way, as they say, as he finds himself on the short side of the net and just absolutely nails that, making this a 5-1 game halfway through the third.
I'll tip my cap to you on that one, Harrison. That was a good one.
Thank you.
I'm angry that we've never come up with that one all season long. A little goes a long way. You're damn right about that one, Harrison, as it's a 5-1 game here for the Powassan Voodoos with 13:22 remaining in this third period. 5-1 Voodoos lead off a beautiful goal by Alex Little. Play back in action as the Voodoos try to will the puck back down to the other end of the ice. And we're going to get an icing call here. Voodoos fans appreciative of their captain's effort there. And of course, it's assisted by number 8, Liam Service. So I guess you could say that assist came with Service with a smile.
Calling back on an old classic call,
Yeah.
I see.
Well, I mean,
Very good.
You try to one-up me on my own broadcast. I tell you right now, we're going to have some words afterwards. Puck down the ice to LaBelle. That'll be another icing call against the Voodoos here. And then you know what? When we're gonna have words afterwards, I'll definitely be giving you service with a smile. So.
Oh boy. I have a feeling I won't be smiling.
No. Probably not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no.
It's gonna be a long car ride home.
We'll be if the Voodoos will be playing Game 5 up in Hearst on Friday evening. Of course, the Battalion are also playing a game Friday here at home against the Mississauga Steelheads. We'll have that game for you. And if the series goes 6, well, we'll have a 2-4 on you on Sunday. We'll have the Battalion game at 2 and the Voodoos game at 7 from the Sportsplex. If that's Game 6 does indeed happen here at the Sportsplex, depending on how Game 5 goes. But that'll be Game 2 of the Battalion series, Mississauga and the Battalion. As now the puck out front of Flageau. Hearst couldn't get a chance away. There's McLean, just stopped up his man long enough. Now Lemke with the puck in the Hearst zone. Takes a shot. That's blocked by LaBelle. Caden Long behind the net. In the far side corner, crouching on the puck. As now it's down to Lemke. Lemke as Pichette and Long battling for the puck. As well, Pichette going out of his way to make life a little miserable for Caden Long, perhaps. As now they're going to get into it. We're going to get a penalty called here, at least against Pichette. We'll have to see if Caden Long goes as well, too. But when you make it that obvious, yeah, we're going to get a cross-check there. When you make it that obvious, I mean, somebody has to make a call.
And when you're making that much of a stink, the ref's going to take one and make him pay.
So that'll be Pichette, and it looks like the only penalty being called as Caden Long goes back to the bench. So we're going to get, again, the Voodoos here with the power play. So Pichette will sit for 2 minutes or less. I'm sure many Voodoos fans would hope less, because that means a power play goal.
And the Voodoos having a strong showing on their first power play of the game. Let's see if they can take that same energy into this one.
Liatino at the point. Fakes shot. Goes cross ice to Strenchuluk. Strenchuluk in deep for Smetham. Now it's Patrick battling for it. Patrick along the end wall. Gets it back to Shields in the corner. Shields tips it back to the point. Liatino. Fake shot. Gives it over to Shields. Shields goes cross ice for Strenchuluk. Not a clean pass. But Strenchuluk keeps it in, flips it in for Smetham. Smetham back for Shields, takes the shot, and nearly blocked by Rampersad, but a good save there by Dinsdale. And that one keeps it 5-1 right now with 11:14 left in the third period, Harrison.
And Dinsdale, despite having 5 goals against, has been looking sharp, facing a barrage of shots from all angles, and staying on top of it even into the halfway through this third period.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can blame Ethan Dinsdale one bit right now for the 5 goals against him. Wilkie over for Strenchuluk, and there it is! Another goal for the Voodoos. This time on the power play. Powassan picks it up. It's 6-1 off a goal by Thomas Gazic, his second of the game. That'll be Gazic's 4th in as many playoff games. And what turned out to be a hill looks like a mountain now for Hearst.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to chop this lead down very well, but as long as there's time on the clock, I suppose anything's possible.
We'll get a timeout here, probably for Hearst. Is Dinsdale staying on, or is Papineau coming off? Or coming on? Papineau is indeed getting ready to come out on the ice, and he does. Caleb Papineau. As now we're having some Hearst fans and Voodoos fans kind of get into it a little bit. As now we're getting, the fans are really getting into it. It just seems to be one Hearst fan kind of giving it back to, getting into it with some Hearst fans. And I'm sure you can hear what's going on at home because people are not being quiet at all whatsoever around us. As we get ready to go here for the 6-1 Voodoos game. As we're back underway now at the Sportsplex. Schillinglaw with a shot wide of the net. Hello to JJ, the former trainer of the Voodoos, who's tuned into this one as well, all the way from BC, checking out this game. My favorite James Bond buddy. As now we see some Hearst players run into each other behind the bench. Liam Service skates the puck down the ice really quick into the Hearst zone. And we'll get a scrum along the near side wall in the corner. As we're going to get more whacks at this puck in the corner. And the play is finally blown dead. And just to give credit where credit's due, JJ, an NOJHL champion with this Powassan Voodoos squad in the 2016-2017 season, a season in which they went a perfect 12-0 in the playoffs.
Perfect 12-0. We don't have that quite here, but we do have an impressive showing from the Voodoos so far tonight and in this series.
Voodoos looking to go up 3-1 in the series. They're leading 6-1 so far. As plays back underway now with Gazic looking for the hat trick, takes a shot, and that one's stopped up by Papineau, who last saw action in game 1 of this series up in Hearst. And that'll bring us to our mid-period break, depending on what's going to happen from this scrum in front of the net. And if there's any penalties, well, we'll not get our break, but it doesn't look like we're getting our break, actually. 9:51 remaining in the third. There it is. Now we're going to have it, just because I started to talk about a different subject. So with that being said, we'll cut to a quick break here on the front line, and we'll be back on the other side of this. And we welcome you back to the Frontline Game Day broadcast. That's, of course, Canada Alumni Perks, our wonderful sponsor of the period. And we're also our 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services. We'll be talking 3 stars of the game after this one, although it's pretty hard to envision anything that's not in green being a star of this game, I would have to say. I would have to say we're looking at a sweep here by the Voodoos on the star side of things. Fans are getting really into it now. I don't think the Hearst fans are singing at all, though, to Sweet Caroline.
Even though if you are a Hearst fan, Sweet Caroline is undeniable.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's one down there that's not having a good game right now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Rampersad throws the puck into the Voodoos zone. 9:44 left in this game. And Hearst looking for something to go their way. They did score a goal earlier this period before the Voodoos scored a couple after that. To basically, it was 4-1 at one point. It's now 6-1 for Powassan. Hearst with possession in their own zone. Rampersad has the puck. Gives it to his teammate now, and Hearst with some speed through the neutral zone. That's stopped up by Como. Como, who is our player to watch for Hearst. Patrick whacks at the puck, but it still gets into his zone. And now it's flipped out of the zone by Smetham. With 9 minutes even left on the clock, and Rampersad goes behind his net to reset. Rampersad now with some speed through the neutral zone. Flips it up and over everyone. And Strenchaluk picks the puck up before he flips it in deep to the Hearst zone before he gets back out to the point for Little, who couldn't keep the line. Once again, Hearst with some speed. Harley resets behind his net. Waits for his team to go for a quick change. Caleb Papineau, now the new goaltender for Hearst. In one game played, he is 0-1 with an .885 goals against average and a .636 save percentage. So not good numbers coming in, but he did come in relief in game 1, which was a wild 8-4 victory for the Voodoos. A game in which they led 5-1 going into the third. And they nearly gave it up. It was 5-4 after a couple of minutes in the third period, third period. Out front now. Sfarich couldn't get a shot away. Kelly shovels it up for McMillan. McMillan into his own zone. Takes the shot. Service was there on the doorstep, but he just couldn't get a stick on it, or else he would have had a wide open net to shoot at. Papineau, affectionately known by Paps, by the members of the Dawson household who billeted him last year when he played for the U16 North Bay Trappers. Started the season with the French River Rapids. Now he's on to, I wanted to say greener pastures, but maybe colder pastures in Hearst. Getting a playoff start here. Gazic up for Lemke. Lemke chases the puck in with Harley. Harley can't get much going as Hearst tries to get the puck back out of the zone, and is flipped cross ice. Battling for the puck in the Voodoo zone. That's McLean over to Lemke. Lemke back in for McLean. McLean with the shot, and that one just whistles wide of Papineau's net. Back in for McLean, who just shovels the puck in. Now there's going to be a delayed penalty here as another wrestling match as they grab Gazic's cage. We're going to get at least one for hooking and another for roughing, as it looks like it's just going to be Hearst that's going for at least 2 minutes right now. Although I wouldn't be shown, Gazic is going as well, so we'll get 2 penalties here. So Gazic will get one for hooking, and Hearst will get one for roughing.
This game is staying physical late into the third, and maybe some frustrations coming out at the score line, coming out in the form of penalties.
Third period here, 6-1. 6:33 left in this game. 34-28 are also the shots on goal in favor of the Voodoos. Palfy gains the blue line. Stops up. Flips the puck around for Schillinglaw. Can't get to it. 4-on-4 hockey for 1:45. Pichette throws the puck back in for Palfy. Palfy knocked to the ice by Wilkie. Gives it up to Little. Little up ice quickly for Shields. The Voodoos with 3 attackers. Shields takes the shot. That's turned aside by Papineau. And it's up ice for the captain, Palfy. And then Pichette, who runs over Service. And now Palfy going after it. Palfy in the zone. Blind pass looking for Schillinglaw. Missed his target. Pichette with possession though. Goes cross ice looking for Patrick. Patrick couldn't get a handle on that as Schillinglaw puts the puck in deep. Now it's out front from Palfy. But a good defensive effort by the Voodoos turns that one aside. And Liatino goes for a skate. Liatino with a backhand chance, misses the net. 54 seconds remain on the 4-on-4. And now it's Patrick. Patrick in his own zone. Back for Liatino. Liatino in for Patrick. Patrick just decides he doesn't like what he sees up ice and turns back around before giving the puck away. And a good defensive effort by Patrick. Bails himself out. And a shot on goal. Turned aside by Flageau with 31 seconds left on the 4-on-4. 5:04 left in the third period.
This game's staying hot. Neither team backing down. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and the draw in the Powassan Voodoos zone. Let's see if Hearst can get anything going, but it may be too little too late.
6-1, as you mentioned, too little too late maybe. Shields, although stranger things have happened. 23 seconds left on the 4-on-4. 34-29, the shots in favor of the Voodoos. But here comes Hearst. But a good defensive effort there by Wilkie. showing off why he was named to an NOJHL second team All-Star for defense. Stopped that effort and then sent the puck down the ice on a bit of a rush. Klugerman comes in, takes a shot. Flageau got enough of that one to turn that one aside. That was LaBelle with the chance. Now Klugerman in tight, fanned on his shot attempt. And now Gazic has the puck in the neutral zone before he's taken out. And that'll be a kneeing call for sure, as now they send the puck up Klugerman. That'll be a tripping call, actually. Klugerman shot up into the roof here at the Sportsplex, nearly took out the linesman as he was running across the ice.
To watch for a bit of a fly ball.
Yeah, bringing it back. Baseball, my man.
We're on the theme. You're converting me a little bit here, Courtney. You're converting me here a bit.
If you wanted to do a Garrison for every Blue Jays game, that would be so. 162 is ridiculous.
I'm tired enough with 2 OHL games a week. If I had to do baseball,
162. 162 games between tomorrow and the end of September.
I think you'd be able to mark the day in which my heart gave out.
Yeah, probably. I'm
that
giving
is
you
intense.
a week. I'm giving you a week.
I'm giving me a day.
2 minutes here on a penalty to Klugerman. Shocked that he didn't get more. 2 minutes for tripping. As now, Strenchaluk, Gazic, back to the point for Liatino. Gazic picked up the puck from his teammate, takes a shot looking for the hat trick. Back to Little. In deep for Lemke. Lemke in the near side corner. Knocked hard into the boards, but it's back for Gazic. Gazic to the point for Liatino. Liatino to Gazic. Gazic comes into trouble, back to Long. Liatino fakes the shot, gives it to Little. Little tries to whack at the puck, and it goes wide. And back in for Liatino. Still over a minute left on the power play. The Voodoos really yet to get a chance on net for this man advantage. And it's left behind the net now. The Voodoos go for a quick change. That's Ricci with the puck. Ricci from his own zone. Out the ice quickly for Wilkie. Goes cross ice now for Service. Service back to Ricci. Ricci to Service. Service walks the line. Goes cross ice back to Service. Service to Ricci. Service with it again. Swaps places with Wilkie. Wilkie takes a shot. That's blocked out front of the net. And Hearst sends the puck down the ice. Flageau stops that one before sending it up the ice quickly. But that one stopped quickly at the red line. And the Voodoos will have to regroup again in their own zone with Ricci with the puck. Ricci to Kelly. Kelly up ice to McMillan. Back to Kelly. Kelly in the slot with a quick shot on Papineau. And that one's turned aside. 2:26 remaining in this game. The Voodoos still lead 6-1. If necessary, the Voodoos will be playing the Lumberjacks here Sunday at 7 o'clock. However, earlier in the day, guaranteed, the front line will have a game. That'll be game 2 of the North Bay Battalion versus the Mississauga Steelheads. Should be a good series there in the OHL. A couple of interesting series in general this year. Really looking forward to seeing who comes out of that Sudbury-Peterborough series. I think that one's going to be a war.
We were unsure of the seeding up until the very last minute. The ticket that I bought still says TBA versus Battalion on it, so.
Como trying to dance his way in as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. He's turned aside. Little flips the puck up for Thompson. Thompson backhander. Stopped there by Papineau before he's run hard into the boards. Gets back up and immediately has some words for the Hearst player. And now that's kind of the time that we're at here. With 1:57 left in this period. Watch out for injuries. We've seen Hearst get a little bit hot under the collar, including the fans up here in the stands. So it's just about keeping those emotions in check if you're Powassan through these next 2 minutes.
It's really about protecting yourself. We've seen a lot of rough hits into the boards, a lot of sticks thrown around. It could get ugly here in the final seconds.
Puck into the Voodoos zone as Hearst gains possession. Como tries a move, couldn't get around Service. Now Como comes away with it. With a shot, stopped by Flageau, second chance. And at the top of his crease is the 20-year-old netminder from Littleton, Colorado. making a big stop there for the Powassan Voodoos, who still lead this one 6-1 and are a minute and 37 seconds away from a commanding 3-1 lead in this series.
Yeah, this has been absolutely dominant this entire game from Powassan. Hearst had lots of great energy and quite a few chances, but Flageau has just been stopping them in their tracks. The defense has been suffocating.
O'Brien couldn't get the puck through the neutral zone. He's knocked to the ice. Lots of woos from the Hearst bench. And now it's knocked down the ice. Another chance here for Hearst as they flip the puck into the Voodoo zone. Blocked aside by Flageau. Ricci knocks his man to the side. Looking for a hit there. As now Leotino flips the puck into the Lumberjacks zone. And that one's stopped up by Papineau. So we'll get another stoppage here with 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining here in this third and final frame of game 4. My mind is blank right now.
There's been a lot happening in this game, Courtney.
And there has been a lot that's been going on in this game. Back to the point for Fullerton. Fullerton back out for Service. Service in the corner, battling it out with Hearst. Funny looking down and seeing everybody cheer for the last minute of play, but that section that's all orange, they're just being quiet now. Hearst setting things up in their own zone. Through the neutral zone they come. As Mintenko loses it to Powassan, though. 29 seconds remain on the clock. As now McMillan chasing after the puck, had it hop off his stick, and Hearst goes the other way. Lumberjacks in the zone. Kelly gets to it, and now McMillan gains the red line and flips it in. Papineau has that one hop out of his stick, and with 5 seconds on the clock, the Voodoos, it's all official now. Powassan will have a 3-1 series lead here after game 4. They will head to Hearst with a chance to take the series in game 5 with a very convincing 6-1 victory here at the Powassan Sportsplex. What a fun game to call.
That was absolutely incredible. Flageau played amazing, stopping 33 shots. We had Gazic with 2 goals. Fantastic effort by the Voodoos, and a fantastic win to send them to Hearst for game 5 on Friday.
Game 5, like you said, on Friday. The Voodoos will have a 3-1 series lead in a barn that they've gone 4-1 over the past few years in the playoffs, and it feels like the Demons have been exercised here at the Sportsplex. As coming into this game, the Voodoos had a 6-game playoff losing streak at the hands of the Hearst Lumberjacks at home. The streak originally started with 2 losses and a 4-game sweep in the NOJHL semifinals back in 2019. It continued last year as Hearst won 3 games here, and then they won game 3 here. What a game by the Voodoos to exercise the Demons, like we said. 3 stars, you see all the Voodoos players, brought to you by Dave's Automotive. The 3rd star, Cannon Flageau, number 33 from Colorado. What a game by the 20-year-old. The 2nd star, number 27, Reese Smetham. New Jersey, no problem. And the 1st star, number 26, Thomas Gazic, who put up 2 goals in this one. What a game by the 3 players, and you could really give the stars to a bunch of different Voodoos here today.
So many efforts, so many different plays, so many opportunities, and the energy in this building was electric. A well-deserved win from the Voodoos, and all in all, a good effort from Hearst, but we'll have to see how the next game shakes out up north.
Well, here we go. Here's a quick scoring summary. Connor O'Brien got the scoring off 3 minutes into the game with assisted by Reese Smetham and Ryan Patrick. Reese Smetham then scored another goal by Chase Strinchuluk. Thomas Gazic in the 2nd period, assisted by Alex Little and Cameron Lemke. And then Caden Long unassisted before Andrew Morton off the stick of Emile Pichette, and Braden Palfy in the 3rd gave Hearst some life. And then Alex Little unassisted again, or gave the life back to the Voodoos. Then Thomas Gazic with his second of the game, assisted by Mitch Wilkie and Alex Little on the power play to cap off the scoring of a 6-1 game. Harrison, before we go, your final thoughts.
I think Powassan is poised to take this in the next game. The record shows it, 4-1 up in Hearst. They had amazing linkage today. Their defense was looking super, super tight, absolutely all over the Hearst Lumberjacks. Hearst had some good energy. They had some great offensive opportunity, but Flageau looked solid in net. My thoughts, Powassan takes this in the next game, if not back at home on Sunday.
Well, on the bright side, the Hearst fans probably won't get into any fights when they're up at their own home barn because, well, they're going to be among friends. I had to steal a line from Boston Pizza back in the day with Howie Mandel. That being said, though, if the Voodoos play the way they did today, well, it's going to be tough for Hearst for sure to try and get life back in this series. If Hearst plays the way they did yesterday, and even then Powassan looked to outplay them in that game, it's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a tough hill to battle up for Hearst on this one for sure. Game 6, if necessary, will be here Sunday at 7 o'clock from the Powassan Sportsplex. If we do get to 6 games, we will have that game for you. Hopefully a lot less technical difficulties in that one than we've experienced in this one. I'm sure that would cause a lot less gray hairs for our producer and cameraman, Ben Long and Mike Brown. So for Ben, for Mike, and for Harrison Clements, I'm Courtney Kenny. That'll do it here on the front line, and as always, keep your eye on the front line.
Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, and keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.